On today's Toy Spot, we'll be having a look at the Mcfarlane Toys Napoleon Dynamite figures. We're looking today at Kip. As with the other Napoleon Dynamite figures, Kip does have a display stand that allows sound clips from the movie. However, even though there are sound clips available, batteries are not included. Includes 3 AAA batteries, or requires 3 AAA batteries. Some of the phrases that Kip says, probably the only phrases that Kip says: "Don't be jealous, but I've been chatting online with babes all day. I'm training to become a cage fighter, and peace out." Peace out. On the back of the package, the other figures that you can get from the Napoleon Dynamite series. Now, so this is Series 1. Again, Series 2 never released. Why? I really don't know. I think of the figures, if memory serves me, I think it was Uncle Rico. I think it was... I know there was a box set with Napoleon and... what's the llama's name? Tina, that's right. Tina! Eat your ham! And I think there was also a regular Kip, which really also, well, we'll get into, you know what, I'm getting ahead of myself, we'll get into that later. The figures that make up this wave, however, we got Napoleon in prom suit, we got Kip, Napoleon in Vote for Pedro t-shirt, Napoleon as tetherball champ, and finally, Pedro. Oh, and down below, I don't think something I did mention last time, the read-up says, "When we're not training to be cage fighters, Mcfarlane Toys is busy creating action figures from one of the hottest indie films in recent memory. Our selection of Napoleon Dynamite toys showcases the main characters in the film, includes film-based sound files." You can also go to www.spawn.com to see not only this selection of delicious figures, but also other delicious figures that you can buy. Figures really shouldn't be delicious nor consumed. Nor should they be consumed. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to take a bit of a break. We're going to get Kip opened up here. We are going to get a better look at the figure. Certainly there is more to come, guys. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. And the one accessory that comes with Kip, let's zoom in. What do you got there, Spot? What is that? You actually get a plate of nachos. Depicted from the beginning of the movie when Napoleon is calling home, wanting some chapstick. His lips hurt real bad. Now, if you ask me, the proportions are totally off on these nachos. There should be at least 3 times more cheese, grated cheese, on top of those nachos than what they are. But all things considered, it's nice that at least you get it. This also then brings us into a little bit of a rant. Not so much of a rant, but something that Spot certainly wants to talk about. And that's the reasoning, the choice, let me take him off his display stand here, the choice that they made to make this particular Kip. I can't for the life of me figure out why. What we get is, we get Kip from the end of the movie here, after he's already been with LaFonda for a while. You can see that he's already starting to develop, I guess, more of the gangster kind of attire. But really, if you ask me, is anybody really asking me? If you ask me, I don't know why, oh why, did Mcfarlane Toys make this particular Kip when they're taking core movie moment characters. Of course, we got Napoleon with the dancing Pedro shirt. We got the prom Napoleon. Okay, that makes sense. We got Pedro, you know, running for president. Okay, that makes sense. Why, oh why would you give us Kip in his rap outfit? Now, if I am correct, we were supposed to get a regular outfit Kip, part of Wave 2. Now, really, this particular Kip should have totally made Wave 2, and we should have got the regular Kip for Wave 1. It's just a matter of preference on my part, but I would much rather have a regular nerdy Kip than this one right here. That's just me. You disagree, you can tell me. I will likely just block you, remove you, and make sure that you never comment on one of my videos again. I'm really kidding. But yeah, I can't figure out why that they actually went with this particular Kip than anything else. It just makes no sense to me. All things considered, he is a nice looking figure. He's basically living in his clothes. That's what my father used to always say. You're living in your clothes. Maybe he didn't say it to me, but there's certainly lots of room in that clothing. He's got himself some bling going on. We'll zoom into that. On a real chain as well, which I really like. The face looks like Kip, but again, it looks like Kip from near the end of the movie, not so much the Kip that I would have liked to have seen at the beginning of the movie. And there's a little kiss on the side, La Fonda. By the way, no offense to La Fonda, but if you had told me that some dude actually had played her, I totally would have believed you. She's very manly looking. But I mean, color-wise, there's really not a lot to be said. He is basically just wearing black, like a grayish, dark gray. It's not a bad figure, though. He does come with a display stand, very similar to Napoleon Dynamite, right there. And you can peg the figure onto the display stand easily enough, like so. And there you have Kip. There's a little button on the top. Oh, by the way, did I even mention there's label maker name tags on the top, which I think is really cool. I like that. But you can press this button here, and he says 3 phrases, as I've already spoiled from the beginning of the review.
I'm trained to become a cage fighter.
And again.
Peace out.
And finally.
Don't be jealous that I've been chatting online with babes all day.
Oh, Kip. As for Kip's articulation, take him off the display again. He has what looks to be just regular swivel in his head. There's really not a lot to be said for the head articulation. He does have arm articulation, nothing in the hand. This hand, however, does move, or this arm does move. But I mean, you know, there's only so many poses you really want to keep the figure in. You probably would want him doing that more so than maybe that. That looks like he just took a smoke and he's breathing out right now. That looks like he's actually piecing out, giving mad props, as it were. All things considered, though, it's not one of my favorites. It's definitely not my favorite from this wave, from this series. And again, he gets the bowl of nachos that you can't really do too much with. We can just put him on the display stand with him. Kip, really disappointed that we didn't get the first Kip. I would have much preferred a nerdy looking Kip as opposed to the ghetto Kip. Again, that's my matter of preference. If you disagree, you can let me know down below. But Kip, I am only going to give, I'm going to give him a 6. I'm going to give him a 6. Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the Mcfarlane Toys Napoleon Dynamite. We're looking at a disappointing Kip, which could have been better, but I digress. Thanks for watching as you always do, guys. I'll see you guys next time.